Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thomas Joyner here with Business on Purpose, and just excited to have you here. So I want to talk about culture a bit today. How do you protect it? How do you nurture it? And really, how do you build it on purpose? You know, I was sitting at a coaching meeting the other day, and a business owner was talking about experiencing an employee just kind of fly off the handle in a business meeting. There's someone they're working with in the room, and the employee dropped an F-bomb towards the other guy in this heated discussion. Now, in the moment, nothing was said to address the behavior, but the question was posed to our team, what do we do about that, kind of in retrospect? So we sat there, asked a few more kind of clarifying questions, but at the end of the day, we knew that this couldn't be tolerated. You can't live that emotionally and expect others to continue to do business with you. That's what's so important about culture. And a great quote came to mind that a friend had shared with me a few months back, and it's this: what you allow in your presence is your standard. And I'll say that again. What you allow in your presence is your standard. It's that important. In essence, by saying nothing when the employee dropped an F-bomb towards another person you're working with, you're not explicitly cheering them on, but you are subtly giving your approval of their behavior. You're saying, I watched this happen. I watched it. It happened in my presence, and that's fine by me when you stay silent. Now, we went back to the business's vision story and really looked at their culture section, right? If you haven't built out a vision story, it's so important because when things like this happen, it helps you go back to be able to see kind of, all right, how do we need to move forward in this? Same thing with unique core values. And we asked this question: if this is the culture you wrote down, there's a section for culture. If this is the culture you wrote down, the one that you want others to see and experience, can this behavior be tolerated? And the answer really was a quick and decisive absolutely not. No. Okay, so let's put a plan to talk about this with your employee. And now this was the first time they'd ever blown up like this, right? So there's grace in this. So it really was a great time for the owner to check in and see, is there something really else going on at home? Was there something that happened that morning maybe that kind of was setting this guy off? Is there something in his job role that we really need to figure out? Man, this just isn't the right fit for them. And it's a perfect time to nurture the culture of your business with a personal touch. Your employees are not just these soulless, emotionless chess pieces for you to kind of move around a board, but they're real people with real lives, and they've got to be cared for and known and motivated and connected with. So what the business owner did was they set up a meeting and they leaned in. They didn't just take their hands off and say, you know what, that was just a one-time thing. No, they addressed it. They didn't just condemn the person, but they condemned the action as a way to care about them and to care about the culture of the business. See, casting vision is where you start, and it's how he saw him in the future and really wanted to push this employee to realize that potential and said, hey, I saw this. I know that's not who you are, and that's not who we need you to be. So how can we care for you? How can we push you to realize the potential that we see in you? You know, this quote, saying this another way, how you allow your employees to act, treat one another, treat other businesses is your culture. It's the little memories that other businesses point to decide who they want to work with. It's what's said about your business at a casual lunch that either propels somebody to call you when they leave or they sends them to the next person on their contact list. It has to be fought for every single day. So you have to ask yourself, and I want you to ask yourself and write this question down and think about it as you kind of have some time to unplug over Thanksgiving. But what am I allowing to be said? What am I allowing to be acted on or accomplished in my presence or business that is slowly becoming the standard? I'll ask that question one more time. What am I allowing to be said, acted on, or accomplished in my presence or business that is slowly becoming our standard? Because culture, it isn't created or destroyed all at once. No, it's a series of these tiny course corrections along the way. When you finally arrive at your destination and you see that piece by piece by piece, this is how you got here. Use your vision. Use your mission statement. Use your core values to put up the barriers to keep yourself on track towards your culture goal. It never just happens, But it's got to be, well, it does just happen when you arrive at a negative culture. But a positive culture, one that you really want to happen, one on purpose, never just happens. Hey, thank you guys. Hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving. As always, if you want to know a little bit more about what we do, head on over to mybusinessonpurpose.com and check us out. Follow our podcast too for some great free coaching. Take care. Have a great Thanksgiving.